Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
What a weekend you had. I believe that it should have been your stag do, but it turned out very differently, didn't it? What happened Friday night?
Yeah, my stag do was right, yeah. Friday night anyway, yeah. There's myself and two of my mates were walking down George's Quay, and all of a sudden we see people at either side of Electric, and also in Sober Lane all the way down to Ford's. And next thing we see is a Deliveroo person coming towards us with a boy, and he was sprinting towards us, and we actually seen someone in the water then, and it was pretty surreal now.
So this would have been crowds of people who were having takeaway pints or something, or were they looking into the water?
Yeah, they're looking at bits of boat, I would say. It's actually a pretty busy area as well, Grand Parade. And it was both sides of the George's Quay and Grand Parade as well.
Yeah, so it would have been George's Quay up onto the Southgate Bridge area. So what did you look into the river yourself?
Well, one of my mates actually started sprinting off, trying to get another boy, and I just realised that no one was actually going in, and she was actually in distress quite clearly, and I just said, look, geez, this person is going to die, she's actually going to drown if no one goes in.
You said we looked into the river and saw a girl screaming. It was evident that she was drowning. Yeah.
So I was just around Ford's bar there, and she was just at the bridge around Electric at the time, and I went in, and I managed to swim to a buoy that was there thrown in by someone already, so I was able to grab that.
Did you jump in, or did you jump in, or were there steps in, or what?
Just at the steps there. I don't know if people will be aware, but just near Ford's bar, there's actually just steps there. So I was able to go into the water okay.
And you swam from there to Electric, is it?
Yeah, just about to Electric, and a lot of things went our way as well. So many times you hear stuff going wrong, when a person tries to save another person. Hindsight is a great thing. I actually went in fully clothed, and I actually started to get a bit fatigued when I was getting towards her, because the clothing was weighing me down.
Jeez.
And also, which was pointed out to me, I could have actually walked up a small bit and exit a different way closer to the woman. But look, instinct kind of came into play.
Oh, that you could have gone around and gone into the water nearer to her. But I mean,
you could. I presume you could have.
But I mean, you weren't.
It was dark.
Yeah, I mean, you saw somebody in need, in panic, and you went to their aid ASAP, because everyone just stood there watching, and nobody else was anyway inclined to go in.
Well, I'm not too sure of that, but there was definitely 4 or 5 inflatable buoys being thrown in at the time. But when I mentioned there about a lot of things went our way, the actual woman had a big coat on, and whatever way it was, a lot of air, I would say, got stuck in her hood.
Gotcha.
So it kind of prevented her from getting fully submerged anyway. So that kind of bought me a bit of time to get to her. And when I did get to her, I realised then, okay, I got her, what's next?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't, I don't know, a lifeguard now would have been a bit better, but there's actual procedures and everything that you have to do, and to make sure that everyone is okay and to get out. But it was actually one of my mates then had the boy, and he was able to throw close enough to us, and I was able to grab that, and we were reeled in then around Sober Lane and greeted by a Garda, fireman and ambulance. Fair play, to be fair, they they were on the ball now.
Was she conscious when you got to her?
Yeah, she was.
Did she say anything?
No, when I don't know how long now she was in the water for. I don't know how she got in the water. Nothing like that came into play. Look, I just seen her in, and people were attempting, to save, but ultimately something else could have happened. But look, a lot
she
of things
could have drowned.
A lot of things worked for us anyway.
Was it? Was the water cold?
Yeah, it was. It was like, unfortunately, some bucko decided it's a great idea to prepare for championship games that you go into cryotherapy. So, when you're down in Torker at TJ Brosnan there, or in Siobhan O'Regan's below in Clonakilty, in an ice bath, and this is supposed to be preparing you for championship mode.
So you've done this before, ice cold water.
This is Mediterranean weather,
by comparison.
Water temperatures.
So they got her out. She was whisked away by ambulance, and you had. What did you like? You're soaking wet, freezing with the cold. It's a Friday night in the city. What did you do next?
Yeah, well, I should have went into Sober Lane and had a hot whiskey, definitely, but that wasn't the case. But just one thing that actually freaked me out was that it was said to me that secondary drowning is actually very popular, geez, we have to take you to the Mercy now and everything, make sure that you're okay.
What is secondary drowning? What is it?
Well, basically, this is apparently where water gets into your lungs and you're walking around perfect fine, but a day later, a couple of hours later, that you actually drown, So I actually wasn't aware of this.
How was I?
I was actually conscious of that, but at the same time, I was very confident that that wasn't the case. But I got out anyway, and I was speaking to the ambulance crew. I just actually live in Princess Street, and I think that's another factor as well. Like maybe subconsciously, I knew that my apartment wasn't so far away, and that was another advantage, for everyone. So stripped down, and I was able to they were able to give me the tinfoil sheet,
Crikey.
And my mates carried my stuff, and we headed over Parliament Bridge, and I went into the apartment with the lads here and greeted my good lady to be, but I don't think she would have believed me now if what had just occurred if it was only for the lads. Yeah,
I know. So you went into her wrapped in tinfoil like the Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's exactly
it. Yeah, but, Cork City
showered there and everything, and they were able to fill her in the story anyway. But no, it was a good one now, this one.
That's right. She said, "Oh, Kevin, my hero." And then Cork Safety Alerts put this up online, I believe, right? Wondering, who you were, who she was. And then she posted the fact that you saved her life, and she wanted to find out who you were as well. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this happened Friday, so Friday night, I wasn't sure, was the woman alive or not. She was conscious and everything, but I just still wasn't sure, was she okay and what happened and everything. And that came into Saturday, Sunday, so still it was, I was actually wondering, was she okay? So I won't lie, I had a bit of a head in me because I was celebrating Mark Keane's goal last night. Myself and Marion were celebrating. So I was woken up this morning by Marion, and she showed me that this person wanted to reach out to contact me, and I was happy to do so, and we briefly chatted. She told me that she's feeling good, so look, as I said, this is one of the good stories anyway, that everyone walks away, and that's the most important thing.
And no doubt she said thanks for saving her life, which is what you did.
Oh God, yeah. Oh
my God, it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Well, it was some stag weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it was I'm due to get married on the 31st as well, and this virus is evolving every week. But look, if I can give Mar the day that she deserves, it'd be fantastic if we get going at all. So
the 31st of November, you're getting hitched.
31st of December.
Of December.
December, yeah.
It'd probably be a quiet affair, I'd say, will it?
Yeah, well, sure. Look,
that's the way it is.
You know, with this virus evolving, there's current restrictions in place at the moment, but we're still hoping to get going, please God. Anyway.
And when you get married on the 31st of December, as you will, is there a honeymoon planned or anything like that?
No, nothing planned like that. No, again, restrictions and everything, but we'll get the most important job done first anyway.
Absolutely. Listen, I'd love to jump in there, because when everything's reopen again and all of the hotels and the restaurants are open, I'd love to send you and Marion away for a weekend, because you did a wonderful thing. Thanks for taking the call, and well done. It was an incredible achievement on your behalf. The woman whose life he saved is Lorraine, and she joins me by phone. Lorraine, good morning.
Hi, Neil, how are you?
How are you, girl? How are you feeling?
I'm a bit much better now today, thank God.
I know, you've had a tough old time of it over the past. Lockdown's been tough on you, I'm told, hasn't it?
Yeah, very, very tough, yeah.
And you had a close one on Friday night. If it wasn't for Kevin, there's a possibility we wouldn't be talking at all. What happened?
Oh, God.
What happened, you misfortune?
I just remember walking down Barrack Street Hill. I know the river was in my head, and I got as far as the Flying Enterprise, and I don't remember crossing the road, but I took off my handbag. I don't remember doing that because I had some alcohol in me, and I don't remember jumping over, but I just remember coming alert in the water.
When you hit the water,
yeah, and I was just screaming. Once I hit it, I didn't want to be there. It was the worst experience of my life. And I was just seeing all these people. I seen the ambulance, I seen the guards, and they threw in a buoy at me. But I can't swim, so the buoy was just fingers kind of away, and I couldn't reach it, and I was trying to shout that I can't swim. And then they threw in another one, and it went to the left side of me, and I couldn't reach that. So that was it, there was no more coming in. So something came to my mind to start to float on my back. So I started floating, and I was swallowing water, and the more I was swallowing water, the less I was able to scream. And next, I knew I was kind of coming further, getting further and further away from the crowds, and I was getting so scared because there was no one coming in, and I was getting very tired from floating. And all I do remember from that then is just going down under, and the water in my ears, and it was like my lungs were filling with fluid, and I just got lifted. I just got lifted by that man Kevin, I just remember seeing his face vaguely, and I wrapped my hands around him so tight, I couldn't believe that I was actually being saved, And
So the minute that you hit the water, you regretted your decision to jump in?
Oh, I did not want to be there, I completely regretted it, It was in my head to go in there, but as soon as I was in there, it was freezing, and I was kind of, the more I was losing my breath, I didn't want to be in there. I was like, what am I doing? Oh my God, It was the biggest regret of my life,
I imagine that your mind is racing, if you don't mind me dwelling on this for a moment, but do you think of family at that time? Did you think of your children? Do you think of that nothing is worth this?
My mind was just, I was on a blank. I think it's because I had alcohol in me, I was just on a blank. And it had, since the first lockdown, I struggled really, really hard. School closed, my AA meetings closed, and it was very hard. And that's since then on, I've been really struggling. So it's I had enough, I had enough hurting family, hurting myself, and I just couldn't cope anymore. It was this is my only way out,
Because some members of your family were saying that if you hadn't been drinking, and if drink wasn't an issue, this would never have happened. This was so unlike you. You must have been in a very bad place,
Yeah, it was definitely not me, not me at all. Not me at all,
Kevin said you were wearing some
rock bottom.
Totally rock bottom if you do something like that.
Absolutely. I've hit many kind of rock bottoms, but this was a complete rock bottom, complete, I know now I wasn't meant to go, my kids are my purpose, I love them to bits, I'm a great mother, without alcoholic, and I adore every one of them, and they're so grateful that I'm alive,
What did they say? Or are you in a position to share your conversations with them? I don't mean to pry, but they must have been really relieved, very upset obviously, but very relieved.
Yeah, they were very upset, very relieved, I have two older ones, I won't mention their names or ages now, but they're so grateful, but the two, I have a little baby, he's 2, he wouldn't have a clue. Then I have 2 younger ones that we kind of had to make a story up to him, that I was at a meeting that night and that I seen a woman fall into the river, so they're calling me a hero. They think I actually saved a woman.
That's fair enough, whatever works.
Just whatever works. Them for when they, not that they would carry, I don't want them carrying that in their head.
I understand. I understand. Were you wearing some kind of a puffer jacket?
I was only after buying it not long before it from, I don't know, was it Duns or Pennies? I bought it and I'm actually looking at it there now on the table.
I'd hold on to that jacket if I was you, because Kevin O'Sullivan was saying, the man who saved your life, was saying that kept you afloat long enough for him to be able to get to you.
It definitely gave me more time, I didn't realise, but he did say to me that did give him more time to get to me as well, If I wasn't wearing that, I don't know, because I had, my boots were fairly heavy. They're actually still dripping. My friend, her father would have washed the clothes that night and stuff, but the boots they had in their house for 2 days on the rad, and when they brought them back to me, they were actually still wet, and another friend said they don't know how them boots didn't drag me down completely.
Everybody listening to this is so delighted that you're here talking this morning, of that you can be sure, but I imagine that you're still suffering flashbacks, I would think. Yeah.
I since Friday night I was in a panic that I couldn't close my eyes. Every time I close my eyes I'm in the water, it's horrible. But I got my first really good night's sleep after a meeting last night. I came home, I went to bed, and I actually didn't wake till the school hour this morning with the kids, and I feel much better today. Every day is getting a bit this is the best I've been, I suppose, since it happened. But I've been surrounded by my brothers and sisters, and my friends now. She's very good to me. I haven't been left on my own. I've been constantly, they were bringing up flowers and giving me their time, my family, who I kind of wouldn't, I don't want to say much, but they're showing me, and they're there, and they're Lorraine, at the end of the day, your blood, and, you have kids, and you have a purpose, you're obviously not meant to go that night, because I am grieving my dad an awful lot too, because he'd passed last October and I would have looked after him. He had leukemia, and I feel it's only kind of now. Well, recently he's been in my head so much, and it was this thought in my head that he needed me. I felt because he was in my head so much that he wasn't content where he is, and that maybe he needed me as well. So I had all that going on in my head.
And you said, I'm going to go to him.
Through sober times, you know what I mean? He'd be in my head, so I thought, I need to go to him, But obviously I know now, he didn't want me to go, he wants me, he knows I'm a good mother and he wants me to be here. My kids need me, they're my primary purpose,
Yeah, and if you hadn't been drinking, of course, you would have been thinking. If I hadn't a drink on me, I would have had
courage of that. I wouldn't have definitely, that would have been the last straw with me, I would have probably...
No, I know that Kevin, you may not even wish to comment on this, but I know that Kevin did jump in, but could others have intervened sooner, or do you have an opinion on that?
Oh, I definitely have an opinion on it. And I'm sorry, I don't want to bring anyone down, but there was thousands there, and there's not one. After them 2 boys came in, and I was drifting down the water, there was nobody, and I mean nobody, coming to save me.
I'm sure there wasn't thousands, Lorraine, was there? Hundreds, maybe? I don't know,
it was crowds, that's the way of saying it, but it was thousands in my head, but it was just crowded, there was a lot of people there.
So were you in the water for a period of time and thinking to yourself, why won't anybody jump in to save me?
Yeah. I was why are these people just looking at me? Why? I couldn't get my head around, why aren't they coming in to save me? They did show 2 boys, but that was it. There was nobody. I was drifting away and struggling, and there was nobody. And I do remember my head going under the water, and, it was my lungs filling up because I was losing my breath more and more, and then and I could hear the water in my ears, and he just lifted me. Do you know, a complete miracle. Like, I was gone. I was definitely gone if he didn't jump into the water. I know that.
He said to me actually that he was struggling as well because he was fully clothed and he was tiring and the water was pulling him down.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that man could have died. You know what I mean? Saving me while trying to save me, he could have died. Like, you know, and I really, really admire him. My kids can't wait to meet him. You know, and like,
what did you say to him on the phone?
I was talking to him. I was just baffled that Cork City, the alerts were fantastic. They put me in. They asked for my number, and then he rang me yesterday around 12 o'clock. I was sitting by the phone all morning waiting for him to ring me, and I was just like, oh my god. I was just very, very overwhelmed talking to him, like, and I was thank you, and he was able to tell me a little bit more about my jacket now and things that I didn't know of, you know.
You know, he's getting married on the 31st of December and all.
Yeah, he was telling me that.
It was that weekend. Last weekend was supposed to be a stag.
Yeah. Oh my god. On that night that I went in, was it?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Talking about ruining anniversary and
no, I think it's even better than a stag. I mean, what the hell? Like, you can have a few drinks anytime, but you can't save somebody's life anytime.
Do you know something? He's my guardian angel. He was definitely meant to be where he was that night, like, because I know I was gone. If he didn't jump in, I know I was gone.
Yeah, going down for the last time, as the fellow says. Yeah. Now, I know the guards arrived, of course, and the ambulance arrived, and you were taken to hospital and all is well. But what about the rest of your life now? How are you going to do things differently? Are you going to try to deal with things differently?
Yeah, there's a few changes now, you know, that I'm kind of more aware of. I know I'm aware, you know, since I'm in since 2010, and I have good enough awareness. But through what happened to me, it's like I threw myself into a meeting the night after, and I've been going to meetings since, and I've been sharing this since. I have to keep sharing it till it's gone from my head, but I know it will never leave me. But a lot of changes. Like, you know, my main triggers are at weekends, and I know, like, I spoke to a certain person, like, and I'm saying, like, this is what I can do on the Friday night now. Instead of going out doing my shopping on the Thursday morning, I can go out on the Friday night where my trigger is and do my shopping with her. Little things like that, like, you know.
It also shows how many people have struggled during lockdown, whose routine was so important to them, you know.
Yeah, and like, also, like, I'd like to mention, you know, I've talked the ears of a donkey, so what I would really love as well, you know, like, I do need to kind of do something for myself, you know, maybe in the mornings or something like that. And I'd really love, you know, AA is about giving, not expecting something back, like. And what I'd really love, you know, some old person now that has no family or something like that at home, like, and I'd love to, like, maybe call to them in the morning time and have a cup of tea with them and chat to them and, you know, give what I've been given in AA, like.
Why don't you throw yourself into Vincent de Paul or something?
Yeah, something voluntary.
Get involved with Katrina Toomey up in Penny Dinners.
Yeah. So I'm really, that's another change for me, like, you know, giving back what I got, like, and that's what AA is about, you know. And
are AA meetings still online, or do AA meetings, are there physical meetings now where you can go?
Yeah, I'd go to, like, my main group is Ballyfihan.
Yeah.
That's my home group. I go to Greenmount. There are two main groups I go to, but I know I'm going to one there now in the Hill at 1 o'clock in town. There's a member actually going to take me, because my kids will be in school. And it's like they say, 90 meetings, 90 days, a day at a time. That's how I started off years ago, and that's how I got well. So that's my aim now, you know.
Yes, you sound very positive to me, and you sound very strong with regards to your will and your resolve. And I think I think your life is going to be great. Maybe this was the rock bottom that you needed to hit.
Yeah, I can't hit any more than I did, like, there. No way. And my kids need me, like, you know, so I need to do this for myself, which sounds selfish, but I need to do it for myself to be there for my kids, you know.
Absolutely, and so say all of us. I hope that even chatting with me might help in a small way, and sharing your story. It certainly might help others who are struggling at this point in time. What would you say to others who are struggling?
One thing I would say, like, is if you are thinking of ending it, like, and it's like, my only experience is a river, the way I was trying to end it, but, like, you might think you want to go in there, but as soon as you hit that water, you do not want to be there. You do not, like, want to be there. You're absolutely freezing. You're struggling with your breath, and it's the most scariest experience of my life. Like,
the only thing you want to do is live.
On my head was my kids, and what am I doing? And Jesus, you know, it's like I can't. You know, it's like I got completely sober in that water and came to my right sense. It was like, what am I doing? My kids, my family. And I just want out, like, I wanted to get out of the water. I wanted to I regretted it completely. So I just say anyone that's thinking about it, they do not want to go there. Like, they don't want to go there.
Listen, it's great talking to you. It really is. And I wish you all the best of luck in the whole wide earthly world. Do feel free to stay in touch. And if you need any help with anything or any assistance, or, I think you're going to come up with a plan now with regards to your spare time or how you can give back or come up with the routines to keep yourself occupied. If we can help in anything like that, do let me know, or indeed, if like I think maybe you'll know what suits you best. But penny dinners, Vincent de Paul, Meals on Wheels. You could become a carer. There's many different things that you could do with your time.
Yeah, because I did care for my mother. She had
so you're good at that.
COPD, and I cared for my father. I'm a very chatty person, and I'm very understanding. And I am kind of, I wouldn't be professionally trained, but I know a lot with my mum and dad, and I know, I was able to talk to them and comfort them and things like that. And that's my character anyway.
Well, listen, care for yourself now for a while.
Yeah. And as I get kind of better in time, it takes time, and
Absolutely.
then look into something like that,
Give it time.
So just to give it time,
Okay, look after yourself, Lorraine. Thank you so much for taking the call.
And thanks to Kevin.
You better believe it. Well done, Kevin, the hero.
God, he's a hero. Oh my God. Thanks very much.
Okay, cheers. Take care, Lorraine.